with that. And once again, as we look at the lineups here, we'll see exactly how it's executed on both sides as we jump into Land of Dawn once again for game number 3. It's 1-1 in the series. Minana, Evos, and Blacklist International fighting for the playoff lives here, of course. And remember, it's an endurance matchup. We could go 5 games, and whoever wins the series has to face off again later today, waiting for Fnatic Onic. And now already early aggression, of course, going on. Haji gets that vision available to him, but you know, dealing with the floor in here for Blacklist will be something they have to do.
That's a good delay. Haji forced Kaizen to take his time with that purple buff, which I think puts Sensui up by about 5-10 seconds. And that's a big deal when you're early jungling rotation, first run.
Minana can just stick together a lot here in the early parts of the game and still be pretty much in a good shape, even with Haji here. Obviously, without the Divine Judgment, they should not do as much damage. Even though gonna be slowed down just a little bit, but not anything. Right now, with the protection provided by Spider Miles, they can really just get work done.
All right, so with that too, again, we're gonna have to see if this time around the success is gonna be better for this jungle Carmilla in the hands of Sensui. I still think if you look at the way that the team fights are going to go, especially as we wait about 30 seconds for this turtle to come up, they could really work in favor of the way Carmilla works and deal with that. But Minana Evo so far, this is something we've seen time and time again throughout the series. You know, this 3-4 members up here on that XP lane to go ahead and try to get this level 4 available. And we know these ultimates are going to be crucial for them. So with that too, Spider Miles having this floor in, focusing Mark, mind you, as well, will help deal with this, dealing with some of that burst damage they should be able to throw out. So Turtle's now up. Both teams have the level 4s that they want available to them. Yue and Edward just getting it. But it looks like Minana Evos is going to go ahead and give the first objective up.
Now they are going to slow it down. Obviously, they can't engage just yet.
Doming!
Doming though! No, my goodness, that was perfectly executed by Haji. The game sense of this guy, knowing that the recall probably isn't going to be completed in time, gets a kill over the Blacklist.
Yep, there was nowhere Doming was going to go, honestly. His dash must have been on cooldown. He has a flicker, but they can reposition. Oh, what?
Oh my god, the return spear of destruction going in stonks. Going to be able to walk out of harm's way as well with a dash. Oh, I love this coming in from Minana.
That's why
punchback.
It was premeditated. He knew that he was going to go for that. And I think Spider Miles played possum. Spider Miles played as if they were going to play defensively, but wait.
Oh, playing defensive doesn't work, especially if you have Edward going straight on your back. Now Kaizen definitely going to be in trouble, not going to be able to use that gray health. Another kill for Blacklist. They seem to be upping tempo quite a lot here.
Yeah, just with a couple moves, they get themselves this lead now this early on, and they're going to punish. Like this Minana Evos lineup that they have, they're able to punish. They know too, anytime that Divine Judgment's available, they have to respect it. They have to be careful of it. So they're going to try to force them back a little bit further here too. You see once again Edward picking up that Sea Halberd. He's got it available to deal with Spider Miles, that sustainability. So you see this building up quickly already for Blacklist.
And look at that, 2,000 gold lead. What's that got for you? Yes, there was the clap back from Doming, but Ohib here with a Starlium Scythe already. So I think with just this one item, I think big team fights are abound.
100%.
They can go for pickoffs immediately.
He can even duel out Doming on this Moskov, right? Because of that.
Yeah.
100%.
And again, it's up to Doming to really just have this game. And it's funny because 3 games now, different battle spells, right? Inspire to the Purify to now he's got the Flicker available to try to maybe even avoid getting Divine Judgment. You know, that's one of the main things he has to do. So with this objective up again, Flicker from Haji.
Speaking of Divine Judgment, Lancy just has nowhere to go. If Haji chooses you, you will go down, especially with the Sui, Edward, and Yue close by.
There you go, 100% turtle take rate for Blacklist so far. And I'm curious, we haven't really seen much of a collapse from Tensui. He's just happy taking these objectives. Like, what's the game plan here once Minana Evos start to fight back? Because look, Blacklist has free reign.
100%, look at that. Sensui just happy to be there, basically,
Yeah.
right? He's like, I don't need to do much. I just have to be here,
He wants to-
have my HP good, have retry.
He wants to press his ult.
Yeah, if you just press the ult with this lineup that they have,
He's fine.
it's devastating in the clumped up thing they're going to be from Minana. Look at this top side as well.
Yeah, it's a 1v3 for Edward. Let's see if he can walk on out there, but no, it's Praise Wrath. Make sure that is not going to be possible. But it will be traded on the bottom at least for Blacklist, so at least a 1-for-1.
It's kind of what they have to do, right? From Minana Evos, it's like we have to focus down, kind of bully Edward if he's left to his own. Because really, when we're talking about these team fights, it's tough. And, you know, dealing with that, it's a question of how fast can Minana scale with this lineup that they have. Domeng obviously going to need a little time. They will get this turret in the top side down. We know that Lancey with this Novaria also has to build up and scale up. So, again, it's more so just dealing with the timer here. Vision's going to be available to them. They're going to hold down to this tier 1 the best they can. But look at that, Sensui just driving them off.
See, I'm just here, guys.
I'm here.
I'm here.
More than the question of how fast Minana can scale up, it's also a question of how can they even do that? Because Blacklist, again, they are a kill squad lineup. They just send 2 or 3 dudes to any target from Minana Evos, and they can usually secure that. How do you farm up? How do you give Domeng the space if you're always the threat of getting picked off? So now, Minana Evos, much like in Game 2, I think they thought they could go for the same tempo, but Blacklist with this Kaja says, no sir, not like that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And now with this 3K gold lead, I'll call it now, 100% turtle take rate. Minana are just looking at the late game now.
Yeah, especially now that Kaysen can't even go near with fear of a divine judgment.
And that's the presence, I would say, of any Kaja that is picked up. Flicker or not, as long as Divine Judgment is there, and Minana Evos has to deal with it. And it's something that really when you approach the game, you don't want to be caught out with this lineup that they have. And even bottom side, look at this Domeng and Edward.
Oh no.
Edward, he's on the hunt here.
He
But
wants
of course, that's another 3 members that Minana has to use. Make that 4 to take care of Edward. But Edward just surviving those crucial seconds while the rest of the team is up on top.
Abunjingjing died for this turret, and it's worth it because he took the attention and the focus of 5 members of Minana to get there.
That's twice now, right? It was Edward's life for a turret.
Yep.
And that's exact those minor plays, those minor sacrifices that they make is what's opening up the map for them to work around with. And still, Blacklist International, they got themselves nearly a 3K gold lead to work with and multiple turrets. So their position for this Lord, when it does come up in about a minute, is exactly where they want to be with the lineup. Now, you did see Kaysen. He picked up the Radiant Armor. We'll see exactly how the items are falling into place here.
There it is. You're also looking at a photo from Spider Miles. Abunjingjing here, rocking the Hunter Strike and that. See Albert? Oh no! Again!
Again, the hunt is on, and now it's going to be Edward who's being hunted down with a follow-up kill. Coming in from Lancey. Mission successful here for Minana.
I gotta say, that was clean.
Could get a push happening here.
3rd time's a charm. Look at that. Oheb off camera. Kel 1 gets what he needed.
It's Edward again, though, for in exchange for an objective. And that keeps happening. So Minana Evos, they're showing some signs of fight and hope in this to deal with the lead that they're working against, right, from Blacklist International. I'm just wondering if they're actually in a position, though, to dance toe-to-toe with the Lord dance that's going to happen here. And now that it's up, it's spawned. And really, Sensui, this is where it's like his time to shine with this Carmilla pick.
Yep.
Because so far, he's just been kind of up front, being like, hey, look at me.
He's just been there. That's all.
I'll tell you, Joseph, Carl, Minana Evos cannot dance against
They can't
Blacklist.
dance?
If there was
can't
a,
dance.
if there was a chance that they were to show up here, it wouldn't be a dance. It would have to. There would have to be shenanigans involved,
Yeah.
right?
Shenanigans.
It would have to be a late entry Domeng, and then again, you're risking the fact of the Lord jumping you again,
Yeah.
and there would have to be a deep back line penalty zone. So
And obviously Sensui banking on everyone to collapse so he can get the perfect curse of blood
that's
from
right.
the Carmilla.
And he doesn't even want all of them. He wants like 3 or 4, 2 or 3 minimum.
And that's damage done already. And we're going to see if that's going to happen here. As we do see everyone just making sure there is space in between everyone.
Uh-oh.
Going on the other side of the map though, and now the collapse is happening for Blacklist. This time around, there is just no way for them to fight. Sensui securing
Whoa,
that Lord
wait.
as well.
Doming?
Case is being run down here by Doming. And now, Edward alongside Sensui. The crowd knows what's about to happen here.
He's got a flicker.
It's a question of who goes first, who pulls the trigger. Sensui with the backup here, and that's just, I don't know how to deal with that. If you were Doming, you would just, oh my goodness, flying up here with Haji as well. Flicker already used up. Doming trying his damn to stay alive, but it's a no-go.
Oh man, Doming. He didn't have a choice.
An XP laner, a roamer doing that? Hell, maybe a stretch, a jungler? But that's a gold laner that bought what? A good 5 to 10 seconds of time across the map from his teammates to defend. And now Minana Evos see a big old Lord knocking on their door.
Waves are cleared, but the Lord is still up on top side. Down goes the Turtle Guard. Kaizen's quite low here. Sensui still falling. Kaizen with the brace rat gets some HP back, but looks like Turtle Lord rather is going to be going straight for that tower. Oh, Spear of Destruction can be triggered, but Doming decides to go the safe route. They go for the clean defense.
Did you see that? Did you see the Carmilla ult in work there for that fight? It forced even the flicker from Spider Miles to deal with. So that is a preview of base defenses for Minana Evos.
And it's not even a matter of itemization or the fact that it's all magic. Damage is damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can only reduce it and heal it away for so long. And now Blacklist, 5K ahead, clearly rocked Minana Evos to their core. They penetrated top lane, and now that's permanent damage that Minana Evos have to tend to. And across the map, something to note here, you only can hope for a clutch SOD or a clutch DPZ because those are ults that Blacklist see coming from a mile away. You have to know that Edward is never where you think he is.
That's the tough thing to deal with. Edward has done a lot, actually, for the way that things have unfolded. Again, with his life for a lot of this, to get the space to work with around this map. And now that you find yourselves at this position, if you're Minana Evos, you don't want to always have to rely on Doming to do that, right? But the pressure that he can put on the side lane is great.
Yep.
But if he ends up getting collapsed on, sandwiched in, what have you, he needs to be there for the fights, of course, right? Especially as we get further on. So you want to be able to protect Doming at this point in the game and allow him to pump out the damage that you need to see from the Mozkov. Since we're going to find Kaizen here, though.
Finally a fight being committed by Minana, or at least, figured out here by Kaizen. I don't know if they really want to fight this or not. Maybe they're trying to gauge whether or not they can actually take Sensui right now on this Carmilla, and you know what? The signal's been given. This Carmilla is way too tough.
You want me to drop some nuggets of wisdom on y'all?
Drop the nuggets of
Drop
knowledge.
Dropping. You know who protects Doming best?
Who?
Doming. Doming protects Doming best. His positioning is going to be key in these big engagements, and if by some chance he dodges the Curse of Blood AoE, then it's fine. Kirk's down.
Down goes the penalty zone, and Kirk, I think he's already done
Goes
his job.
in.
As here comes Doming. He disappeared! Where'd he go? He disappeared!
What?
Doming's gone! I need a replay of that. I swear that I need the slow-mo, because the
popped
moment
him.
he landed,
They popped him.
he got popped like a pimple.
He didn't protect himself, Leo!
He's somewhere in the astral zone.
He's somewhere out there.
Oh my goodness! At that point I was like, all right, he kind of has to go in.
He's coming in.
But then he was gone.
Yeah, because again, I told y'all, the best person to protect Doming is Doming.
So
He just
don't
didn't
throw
do
the
it that
spear.
time. He didn't do it that time.
I jinxed it.
What you meant is don't click the spear.
Yes.
And I guess
In the middle of a fight.
there was some level of frustration there. Minana Evos said, you know what? We need to deal the damage. It's now or never. And now they're staring down the barrel of a loaded gun. Blacklist might just end it here now.
This is going to be tough for Minana Evos once again, dealing with the Lord. We'll be able to make quick work of it, but now the next wave is going to be pushing in here.
Oh.
Blacklist wants these next two turrets.
Okay.
Kaizen goes in.
Yep.
Whoa.
Bullhead this time around with the HP bars getting demolished this time around by Kaizen. And now the fight is being given to them by Minana, who seems so confident now. Up on front is Kirk, obviously doing the work.
Wow.
Sensui not even lasting a few seconds in the front of his spear.
Oheb also, just as quickly as Doming disappeared, got clapped by a single Appraiser's Wrath.
Bang, bang.
Whew. Minana Evos striking back. Just when we thought Doming got deleted, quickly the goal lead and the space advantage that Blacklist had is now getting deleted across the map as they make their way down the mid lane here. A couple shots happening, but now Evos wants more.
They can get turned around so quickly. Haji all alone. Same with Edward. Can't even survive the onslaught of spears being thrown down by Domeng this time around.
That was a tasty DPZ, a delayed penalty zone. You saw how Kirk was actually holding the ult and waiting for that tail end of the dash on Edward until he dropped it and killed him. Amazing read. Again, the game IQ on this young man, Kirk, who is a pseudo-rookie from Minana Evos. Previously played for RSGPH, didn't really see much field action, and now he's where he belongs. And he's, what, ahead? Oh, no, he's still behind Benedetta. He's still behind Edward, but the way he's playing, it's as if that gap never existed. It's as if Minana Evos isn't even behind 1,000 gold.
Yeah, that's Kirk doing his job, essentially, right? I mean, he's not going to be ahead in gold. Vendetta, so mobile, goes around the map, gets all the gold sources. But compared to other Terizla players probably right now in his shoes, he's doing a damn good job.
Gentlemen, check this out. The whole early to mid game for Sensui being rather, again, I'm going to use the B word, boring.
Yeah.
The B word.
Led him to not gaining much gold. See that Kaizen is farming up more, and this is a losing team. They were behind for a majority of the game, and still he was farming up more.
And with all that's happened, they pretty much diminished the gold lead. I mean, it's 1,000, but again, they had, what, 5,000 plus gold for Blacklist International?
Now it's negligible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care because Doming's in a position now that they want him to be.
Impressive how they have rubber banded themselves into a late game position where all of the struggles in the early game are left null and void. Amazing. Now this is a fair dance. I would say this is a 50-50 Lord dance. This is a good contest.
For sure.
50-50 here. Both junglers having the immortalities available too.
Will Doming save himself?
Doming, again, going back to it. And look at Haji's positioning, waiting to use that flicker, Divine Judgment. Kaizen, going to be the focus though.
That's so far back. Down goes to Zaman Force. And Minana seemed to be quite willing to take it. They're taking down some bodies here. Kaizen, Immortality already
Edward.
popped here. And the flicker committed, making sure that Minana does not have the retribution. It seems like Blacklist just wanted the Lord after all.
All right, that's a little bit of too much protection from Doming. He's literally skedaddled out of there. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Protect yourself, Doming.
Could pull the trigger.
Yep.
There you go.
He overprotected himself. he excised himself from the team fight. And I think that's what Blacklist read. They read the map so well and said, you know what? We saw Doming down bottom, collapse.
Very important now as they get ready for this next assault. Minana Evos finds themselves on the defense. They still, once again, have great clear with this Mozcom and the rest of the lineup here. Kaizen will come up for this defense. But this time around, expect Haji. Doesn't have the flicker, but he's got the Divine Judgment available. We'll see if they can hold on to this game any longer. The turrets are going to be taken out already.
All right, Lord's pushed up on top. We're still looking for who Haji chooses as the Divine Judgment target. Down goes the Spear of Destiny. Can't be used anymore, maybe on a split. Here comes the Sound Force for Oheb. Down goes
Wow!
Trap. Good damage in. But look at the Eternal Guard. Instant punch back coming in from Blacklist.
Man, again, Minana Evos going to hold on, and they hold on to one turret. Woo!
And they're able to do that at the cost of just Kirk. Folks, well, let me remind you, there was a Lord inside the base. And Minana Evos had to both fight that fight, protect their base, and keep themselves safe.
Oh, they might lose it here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll see though, as the turret does go down.
Their base.
Doming dashed in already. I think that is the signal for Blacklist to go here.
Kaizen.
Eternal Guard once more into the right target. 2 down, and the base all alone, but minions are nowhere to be found.
Well, Doming taken out. They're going to bob and weave.
They're bobbing and weaving. Inspired Mouse buy some time here to get that minion back on track, but Oheb takes him down as well. And all the minion bodies exploding because of the Vexana passive here. It does seem like the minions are going to be here in time. And another Zaman Force on the floor. Kirk with a last minute penalty zone to try to clear that wave. And it is Blacklist.